Thousands of buildings have collapsed in the earthquakes in Turkey. KCBS's Chris Ancarlo reports on what a similar series of quakes could mean for the Bay Area.
The economic consequences would be in the hundreds of billions, and close to a quarter of the buildings would be compromised.
I think everybody would be very disappointed with how badly our buildings have performed.
It wouldn't be like what we're seeing in Turkey, but Institute for Catastrophic Loss Reduction Chief Engineer Keith Porter says some buildings, such as a category of steel high-rise buildings constructed between the 1960s and 1994, would be especially vulnerable.
And the Northridge earthquake showed us that these welds are far more brittle than we thought they were. They all have to be fixed, or at least many of the welds have to be fixed. And we haven't done it.
Porter says there are many of these buildings in San Francisco.
It is quite conceivable that one or more high-rise buildings in downtown San Francisco would collapse in an earthquake like the one that they just had in Turkey.
He says the fix for these specific buildings is expensive, but the economic consequences of not fixing them would be catastrophic. He says even if the buildings don't collapse, it would force the evacuation of surrounding buildings for blocks. Porter says this is a fix that requires attention and political pressure. Chris